Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to 12th House Tarot. Let's go ahead and get started. I know I'm a little late on your weekly messages, but as y'all can see, I'm doing some things. Got some things to do. My time ain't mine all the time. Besides my babies too, so yeah. Alright. Father, Mother God, please protect us and allow our spirit guides of the light and the light only, and our spiritual team of the light and the light only to be able to deliver the messages in order to help the collective. Please guide us and protect us as we reveal, bind, and destroy all demonic and negative energies and entities and auras in all dimensions and all realms and all realities and all aspects of life for the past, present, and the future generations. Amen and Ashe. Alrighty. Let's see what the overall message is. What y'all got going on? Oh. Look, as the cars came up, the camera moved. Y'all get to see my pretty face. How y'all doing? Alright, so we have meditation and let your light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. If y'all hear somebody else giggle, don't mind. Alright, so we have meditation. Allow yourself to be in a space to meditate. This meditation is going to bring you the answers and the higher awareness and the connections that you are looking for, as well as going to be able to give you clarification and open up the different doors of potential possibilities, because we have the number 8. Make sure your intentions are clear, true, and pure. Oh, we have 2 hearts. Look at that. You got your higher self and your physical self, and you got the 2 hearts coming together. Yo, these are almost the same cards. So through this meditation, you're also going to be able to come more into who it is that you are, your authenticity, and being able to stand fully in your light. Oh, check out last week's astrology. I gotta put out this week's astrology. Today is Tuesday already. Yo, week is flying by. Check out last week's astrology, because we did a lot of clearing, and 45. And it came to a lot of completions, a lot of divine completions, in order to step fully into your more authentic self. You know, we're all on a healing path to be able to be more authentic each and every single day. And through this meditation, open up the possibilities also with your beliefs as well. You're building a stable foundation which is going to lead to a lot of changes, which is going to bring forth a lot of completions. Endings of things that no longer serve, which is beautiful. Beautiful. I'm loving this energy. All right, come on, collective. This is nice. This is nice. Let's go ahead and dive deep. Can y'all tell I learned how to play spades early in life? Y'all know that's a rite of passage. Be black, you gotta play spades. You can't sit at the table if you don't know how to play spades, because you won't get kicked out and kicked out the cookout. All right, let's see what's going on. Oh. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Oh, Lord have mercy. All the cards just coming out. The Queen of Wands in reverse, the Moon, and the 4 of Wands. So we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Moon, and the 4 of Wands. So there was a lot of mental conflict, mental thought, maybe some harsh things being said, harsh things being done that affected you mentally. That now you have clarity and the realization, which is now allowing you to move forward with the 4 of Wands. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. And that's going to allow for a lot of clarity for you to be able to move forward. So we got the Queen of Wands in reverse, right? You can see she don't play no games. So now you're coming out of being more defensive. And by doing so, by being less defensive, you're coming into a space to be able to see more clearly. really tapping into your intuitions. Within is opening up doors. Doors that was once closed is now opening up. Doors that was filled with darkness or the unknown is now full of light and understanding and clarity. We have the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Cups in reverse with the King of Swords. Did I say the Queen of Swords? Lord, that's the Queen of Wands. Okay. Hey, it was meant to come out. Whatever happened that was taken from you that wasn't supposed to be, or something that was sneaky-ish going on, some things that were trying to be covered up into the dark, in this darkness, in this unknowingness. It was trying to stop your wishes from coming true, because in here, this 4 of Cups, like, he has the 3 cups that are empty, waiting for the 4th cup to come in and seeing it full through that manifestation. You're being very protective. You're being strong mentally in what it is that you are pursuing with the King of Swords. We have the Palace of Wands in reverse. Okay, whatever this energy is with this Queen of Wands in reverse and the Palace of Wands in reverse, they didn't want you to move forward, or there was something that was blocking you from moving forward into your palace. It was causing you a lot of mental confusion, a lot of mental chaos, a lot of mental conflict, keeping you up at night. But you no longer have to fight. It's like you got that clarity because that's under the Moon card. And then the 9 of Wands. Like your tightness has been renewed. Your passion has been renewed. You're moving forward with the 3 of Coins and the Page of Swords in reverse. You're moving forward. You're moving forward. You're working hard to where it is and where it is that you're going. You, all the experiences and things that you've been through is, it made you grow up. It made you grow up in a way where you're no longer naive. You're aware of a lot of things that's out there in the world, especially a lot of things that's going to mess with your mind. That's going to mess with your mentality, with your confidence. You're not naive into how it is that you need to manifest, when it is that you need to manifest, what it is that you need to manifest. Because the Page of Swords in reverse is under the 4 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups was in reverse. And we have the 2 of Wands with the King of Swords. Like I said, you're not playing any games. You know how to protect yourself. You know who it is that you are. You're confident in what it is that you know. Confident in what it is that you believe. Confident in who it is that you are, your life path, your calling, your purpose, your pursuits, your dreams, your aspirations. You know, the possibilities, knowing that, you know, you really can do anything that you want to do that is aligned for you to do, especially when you put your mind behind it. Especially when you put your mind behind it. Because open up more doors. Opening up more doors. You have the 7 of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, you're done fighting with yourself. You're done fighting with external conflicts, with external chaos. You're done fighting because you know you don't have to. You know what's for you is going to be for you no matter what, no matter who, no matter what anybody else does. They could do whatever it is that they want to do, but they can't stop God's plan. And I know people could say that, you know, they can cause blockages, they can do this, they can do that, they can do this. But when it really comes down to it, if it's in God's plan, it's going to happen. Can't nothing stop God. Even the bad stuff is going to be in God's plan. Yes, it sucks. Yes, it's unfair. Yes, we don't like it. Yes, it's shitty times and shitty moments. Like, who wants to go through that? But it's all done for a purpose, for a reason. And you're really coming into a space of knowing that. Of really knowing that. And knowing when it's time for you to not having to be a Queen of Wands. And allowing that the Queen of Wands and the Palace of Wands to be in reverse, because there are times that you can do all it is that you want to do to be able to manifest something, but if it's not in alignment for you, then it's not in alignment for you. And then also at the same time, you got to let your spiritual team help you with those manifestations by meditating and letting your light shine, just being who it is that you are on a day-to-day basis. That is a strong form of manifestation, a strong form of magician energy as well. Sometimes you do have to do just nothing. You know, we're programmed in today's world that we have to do something. We constantly have to do something, otherwise nothing's going to happen. Now, that's not saying rest on your laurels, but it doesn't mean that your spirit team got you. So we have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Fool upright, the Ace of Swords upright, the Six of Swords in reverse, and the Knight of Cups upright. So yeah, there was something that you were moving forward towards that at one point in time you thought was going to be your palace, that you thought was going to be your end-all be-all, where it is that you need to go, what it is that you need to do, where it is that what you thought was guiding you. And see, and it's not that you were wrong, it's just that you had to be on that path in order to be where it is that you are now. Even though that didn't work out, it doesn't mean you was wrong. It doesn't mean, you know, you were in a space of going down a bad path or anything. No, not all the time does that mean that. It's just sometimes it takes you on, sometimes life takes you on a detour so that you can bypass something else, some other type of, like, it could have been more than just like, this is just a mental conflict. It could have been more than that. It could have been more than that. And you're gaining that understanding and that clarity behind that, because that falls in line right under the Moon card with the Nine of Swords in reverse, this Three of Cups in reverse. You have that understanding. And you gain that understanding through meditating. The Queen of Wands in reverse again. Okay, so let's go move forward over here. So now you're taking a leap of faith, like a true leap of faith, being able to move forward just by being, by resting, by realizing, you know what, I can put my helmet down and the doors are going to be open, and it's just going to come effortlessly. But you're doing the hard work by living in your truth, walking in your beliefs, having integrity and being completely authentic. And you have the Ace of Swords. After that, you're able to cut through, moving forward, you're able to cut through those things that are taken away from your peace, taken away from your serenity, taken away from your path. And we got the High Priestess. That's taken away from your path, taken away from your calling, your purpose, you know, energy vampires, falling into naive traps. And you know, you're just like, okay. Yeah. How you say it, like, my mom used to tell me, if somebody steals something from you, obviously they needed it more than you did. So just keep on doing you, boo, and keep on working and doing what you got to do. Because if they stole it, then obviously they needed it more than you. And you're going to get your blessings back. And that falls right where the Ace of Swords is. It's because when you see this where the Six of Swords, he tired, he rowing. The other guy's just sitting there like, I don't even know where we're going. We got all the swords in the boat, causing holes in the boat and everything like that. But they still moving forward. They still moving forward. Despite it all, they still moving forward. And with this Ace of Swords, following this, you have that strength, you have that mental determination, the capacity to be able to keep moving forward and able to fill your cup up as well. Even though you're tired mentally, you have it emotionally to keep on going. It's the Knight of Cups. You have it emotionally to keep on going. Yeah, his cup is empty, but look, the river right there. He done made it. All you got to do is get off the horse and fill up his cup. So you have the Queen of Wands followed by the High Priestess. What is going on with this Queen of Wands in reverse? The Five of Cups. All right, so whatever this Queen of Wands energy, whether it's your energy or it's external energy, woo! The Emperor and then the Hierophant in reverse. Whether this is your energy or whatever it is going on. Yeah, really trying to stop you. Someone who's an emperor that knows, have insight, have gifts, skills, talents, and abilities. They were really trying to stop you. They were really trying to stop you and offer you just a Page of Cups. What you gonna do with a Page of Cups? But you was like, we're gonna see right on through that. They didn't want you to get that Justice. The Queen of Swords. And then the Justice card in reverse. And then followed by the Seven of Pentacles and the Tower moment. The Seven of Pentacles, the Tower moment, and then the Six of Pentacles. The Tower moment in reverse. They wanted you to keep going in a circle, to keep going in a loop, to keep going through nonsense. Getting something and having it taken away, getting something, having it taken away, getting something, having it taken away, which is going to make you start to believe that, okay, you know what, then none of this is for me. But you know your truth, you know where it is that you're going, you know your authenticity, and you were not hindered by it in any type of way. You're too mentally strong. You're too mentally strong. Now, back in the day, you know, because the Page of Swords came out, back in the day, they probably would have got you. But that's why that detour happened. That's why those events that did happen that weren't for you came for you, so that you already knew what was for you when it did come in. You took that time to meditate, to gain that clarity, to ask those questions to your spiritual team, to Father, Mother, God, Ola tomorrow, and be like, hey, what is this and what is going on? And now you have that clarity. These people just confused as hell now, because they're like, well, how did you... how? Who, what, when, where, and how? There's one more. There's one more. Let's see what angel card is protecting y'all too. So we have the Ace of Cups with the demonic energy that was being around this. Guide of the, you have Vapor, Eight of Cups. Guide of the waters. Can make storms and rough seas. Causes men to die in 3 days. Of putrid wounds. Yeah, they wanted to knock you. You were too strong mentally, so they figured they mess with your emotions. You know, fire and water deal with emotions and your passion, your motivation, your drive, your perseverance. They didn't know. They wanted that justice in reverse, but you got right back up and got the Seven of Pentacles. Then they thought they were gonna cause a tower, but the tower was in reverse. And then you got the Six of Pentacles, and you back in balance. Like, they really can't. They can't stop you. But they tried. They tried. They really did try. They really, really, truly did try. Next one we have is the Wheel of Fortune. Tells where treasures are hidden, reveals hidden dangers. The last demonic energy, the Nine of Swords. Causes great battles and wars. Causes wounds it causes infections in your wounds. Basically, they did not want you to heal from none of the nonsense and the bullshit you went through. They really did not. They wanted those wounds and those scars to emotionally, especially for those who are divine feminines, because one of the main core differences between a divine feminine and a divine masculine is that a divine masculine perceives things mentally, cognitively, and then embody it through their emotions. A divine feminine perceives things emotionally and then are able to digest it cognitively. So especially if you're a divine feminine, they really wanted to hurt your heart space, because that's one of your key manifestations. So what the two cards that came out was what? Look at the hearts. Look at the hearts. Love. Because at the end of the day, God, or like the Marway, the Most High, Universe, Source, Spirit, whatever names, because God got many names and most of them we still don't know, is love. They really did not want you. So that's the most powerful manifestation out there. They wanted to affect it to the point where these demonic energies were going to come in and allow those wounds to just fester. And look, if you ever had an affection or seen an affection, or the stuff y'all be watching on YouTube, you know, look up a staph infection or MRSA or stuff like that. That's the type of stuff they wanted you to have, but on a spiritual, on an energetic, on a mental, on an emotional, and on a soul level. But nah, you already seen it, you healed. Now you the venom and the antidote. Now you the venom and the antidote. What angels is watching over you? You have the Queen of Wands, Elamaya, the hidden God, divine power, guards against mental troubles. I love these confirmations. Then you have justice, Khalil. Justice, make truth known in court, causes innocence to prevail. Then they had that justice in reverse. Okay. The hangman, Nekiel, the only God. Hangman, meditation. Desire for knowledge protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. Let's go ahead and pull these Bible cards. Let's go ahead and pull these Bible cards. Come on. One more. There we go. Oh, shoot. Look, we had two. We're gonna get a high priestess. All right, so we have the Four of Grains. Then he said to them, watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. Luke 12:15, Four of Grains, parable of the rich fool. And that's 4, 11, and 12. Yo, look, y'all know. So we have the 4 feathers. Elijah's retreat into silence. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper. 1 Kings 19:12. That's 44, 11, and 12. Justice, number 11. The 10 Commandments. They wanted you to be a Hierophant in reverse. They wanted you to be a Hierophant in reverse, but that didn't backfire and fell on them. No, they're a Hierophant in reverse. Well, you be trying to tell people, even just by wishing, that stuff's gonna backfire. So you have Paul the Apostle, Knight of Feathers. At once he began to preach in the synagogues that Jesus is the Son of God. Acts 9:20. Acts, action. Because you're speaking your authenticity. You're standing in your authenticity. You're standing in your truth. You're standing in your beliefs. You're standing in what it is that you know that you're here to do. Your life path, your purpose, your calling, your mission. And the High Priestess, Innovation, New Creations. Card 20. 2 hearts. Card number 22. What's in her hand? 2 hawks. You're a messenger. You're a messenger in however way. I don't care if you just shoot. You could be working as a bill collector. Look, I know most people don't like bill collectors, but some people got that job. You know, they just trying to pay their bills. But you could be working as a bill collector, trying to tell someone, you know, hey, and you know they cussing you out at the other end. You just like, look, I'm just trying to help you, you know, get your finances back in order. You know, no, nobody likes to be called by a bill collector. But eventually you start thinking like, okay, you know what? I'm getting tired of these people calling me. I need to do something about owning this thing on bill. Or I need to do something about managing this stuff, you know, a bit better. Let me see if I can work something out with them. You know, you might be going through the truth. That could have been a stress. All these bill collectors calling stuff like this, and then you actually had someone be able to help you out and or tell you with your finances, or being able to take a course, take a class, come across something. Sure, it could be something just as simple as that. Look at that there. Look at that there. Ain't that God? All right, y'all. Until next time, I'm gonna get up out of here. Peace.